So, in the grand holiday tradition, our story this year finds the camera pulling in on an office. There's ivy garland flown in from Castroville, a crystal punch bowl filled with red carbonated drink made from Acatonian Jubilee berries. And we hear sounds of a party going on, and a Lashunta male beckons an android wearing a beautiful red scarf towards a private, secluded office. They're laughing, they're giggling. Surely, this is love in its early stages. And the Lashuntan says, "Oh, Marcia 29, I wanted to get you something no one else would get you for a present this year. Open it up." There's a large present standing in the middle of the office. The android undoes the bow, lifts the lid off, this massive 4-foot cube, and inside, piled upon one another like so many ripened grapefruit, are over a dozen small furry creatures with wide alien eyes, 6 arms, and in a rainbow assortment of colorful pelts. The android says, "Oh my Jordak, cute little skittermanders, but aren't these sentient creatures, and thus you stuffing them in a box and shipping them across the galaxy break some kind of international anti-slavery law?" Jordak replies, "Perhaps, but I don't think the Vesk have realized that they're sentient yet, so we might be in the clear. And just look at them." Marcia 29 looks them over, and inside the box, one of the skittermanders scratches its little belly and farts on one of its brethren's heads. "Oh, they're just so darn cute. I'm going to dress them up later and make them march around like a fancy little men that they are." Marcia picks one up and gives it a dainty kiss on the forehead. Jordak and Marcia return to a soiree going on outside. Meanwhile, inside the box, 5 skittermanders, perhaps the bravest and wisest of the bunch, shamble out over the sides and stretch their 3 sets of arms while looking around the office. And that's the 5 of you this week.
Oh, good.
Oh, boy.
You all are playing Skittermanders in this very special holiday episode of Cosmic Crit. Welcome to our holiday special. My name is Patrick. I'm your game master, your podcaster, and your ringmaster to this greatest show on Earth. And joining me are a collection of high-wire artists and bearded ladies, my players and friends. To my left, a cuddly-wuddly teddy bear, fluffed and a dryer spin cycle. Drew, playing, as of yet, unnamed Skittermander number 1.
Hi there.
To his left, a pair of baby otters holding hands while they sleep. Jabert, playing unnamed Skittermander number 2.
Oh no!
Across the table, a pail of puppies that are chewing on little squeak toys. Miles, playing unnamed Skittermander number 3.
Merry Critmas, Pat.
Merry Critmas to you. To his left, a baby goblin dressed up like a trash panda. Rebecca, playing unnamed Skittermander number 4.
Aww.
And to my right... and to my right, a kitten trying to be a big cat by showing you its claws. Tyler, playing unnamed Skittermander number 5. Welcome everyone to 2017 Cosmic Crit Holiday Special.
Yay! Holidays!
I have been hyping this up for a while since I had really the most half-baked of ideas I think I've ever had before. Are you guys excited to play a homebrew Skittermander fun time adventure?
Probably.
Yes.
How half-baked were you when you wrote it?
Look, fully baked. Fully baked.
Fully.
No, I've been...
Well done.
That's legal in Boston now, right?
Yes. Yes.
Only for homebrew writing purposes.
So to start us off, we need to have everyone roll on my random Skittermander character creation thing. We did some rolls here, and I'm going to just hand you guys your characters that you rolled up with 4d20, which will give you your first name, your last name, your fun color, and some potpourri, a little background about your character.
Oh,
so here we go, Miles.
Oh boy.
Who are you playing, Miles?
I'm playing... Hold on. Dako Sakunthion, a chartreuse Skittermander who thinks its people wears a diaper.
Dockle Sakuthion, yes. Of the Northvest 3.
I'm
Sakuthion.
people.
Yeah, no, you
Thinks
think
it's
you're people.
It's like a Marmaduke.
But like old incontinent Marmaduke because of the diaper.
All right.
We don't know that he needs the diaper, just that he wears it.
All right, we got 4 more
Big boy
characters
pants.
to get through. Drew, you're next. Why don't you read me your character, Drew?
I am playing Compers Prouniminus. Prouniminus, a blue-bonnet Skittermander who is technologically advanced, owns a cybernetic eye.
Ooh.
Maybe
So,
not.
buddy.
It's right here.
I'll trade you for this fancy diaper.
I did not say that it had to be attached in your head. All right, Rebecca.
Advanced owns one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rebecca, you are next. Who are you playing tonight?
All right, I am playing Sporicle Blomty, an alabaster skittermander who likes to tickle and owns a Mark III frag grenade.
Oh no!
So you should probably go ahead and look at those rules, for a Mark III frag grenade.
This trip across the galaxy could have gone very differently, gang.
All right, and next, Tyler. We got a
Oh
character
yeah.
for you.
All right, my name is Winkus Rustiped, a periwinkle skittermanderer who speaks like their action movie star, owns a stuffed skitter toy.
Oh man, that sounds awesome.
Right. So Winkus Rustiped. So
Winkus Rustiped.
yeah, you think you're an action movie star, Skittermander.
I am an action movie star skittermanderer.
And last but not least, Jabert, got a character for you, buddy.
Oh, he can't do it. He can't do it. He can't read it.
He can't breathe.
Okay. My Skittermander's name is Purple's Patters.
I'm sorry. Give me that last name one more time.
Purple's Patters. An electric pink Skittermander thinks it's a doggy, owns a collar, and a Mark II healing serum.
Oh, okay. Periwinkle is blue and violet. Okay.
Purple's Patters.
Oh, purple's patterns.
Patters.
Oh no. And you own a at least you own a collar. I mean, that's good.
I mean, whoa.
How do we let ourselves get into this stuff?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why you signed up. That was a weird one. Okay, so we've got our characters, and I should mention that this is a fun game. This is a homebrew, one-off adventure, and we often play for fun here. But I wanted there to be some competition tonight in the game. So whoever does the best job as playing their Skittermander and lives the longest will receive a boon in our normal game, our Cosmic Crit game with your regular character. So whoever wins tonight will get a single Skittermander bonus point, which you can trade in for a reroll of any D20 roll in the month of January.
Ooh.
When we play. Yeah, a little holiday present, because I wanted you guys at your best, and I thought this was going to be the best way to do it. Right, so we have our 5 Skitter players, and as you guys are looking around this office building, you see the giant box here. As you guys are looking around the office, a wizened old Skittermander pops his head up from the wrapped box and says,
"We will stay here while you 5 go explore a bitters. Go help peoples, and maybe they will help us skitters."
Okie dokie. I go looking for. We're in an office, correct?
Yes, you're in an office.
I go towards whatever the Starfinder comparative to a phone, and I just start dialing like I work there.
Okay, so all right, that's one thing you do. I should say in this office, it's a futuristic looking office. You got white walls, Spartan furniture, a few chairs, a large desk, A large carpet really ties the room together, and a door leading out towards the south, and an air vent overhead 7 feet above you that whispers cool air into the room.
So there's no phone.
All great action movie heroes go in through the vents. We should make our way through the vents and find those who need our assistance.
I think that's a great idea.
Patrick.
Hi.
I would like to make a perception check here. I would like to use my nose to smell for something delicious.
Okay, please do roll that perception check.
He is a dog.
No, he's Skittermander. Thinks it's a doggy.
Well.
All right, so while this is our first roll of the night, I'm going to give you guys your base stats for your skitters, which is, I just made everyone have the same base stats just for simplicity's sake. You both have an EAC and a KAC of 12, 10 hit points. All of your saves are +3. Your initiative is +4, like a regular Skittermander probably would be. And let's see, all your skills are also +4. So what did you roll, Jabert?
So I've got a 16 total. I didn't write any of that down. Is that a problem?
I was about to say, I'm sending it all to you right now, so you have this information. Okay. There are some floral arrangements in this office as well, and in the corner, some plants. You do not see anything that tastes good. You don't smell anything that tastes good.
Sporkle Blumpty goes over to the present and takes the bow off the top and puts it on his head.
Okay. That is something that you can do. I did not prepare for that in my GM notes, but I'm going to allow it.
Thank you.
Is there an agility roll that needs to be, or sleight of hand?
To like, tie it around my neck or something.
I mean, but we should leave this room. We must venture forth, correct? Yes?
Wait, is Edris here?
Oh, God! I'm not used to doing different voices on this show.
He's so big!
There are a lot of pink things in here. What the heck? I thought this was my room. This was where I was staying. Oh, I'm leaving now. This is ridiculous.
Who put me in this box?
What if I did that to you, Tyler, and like everyone else plays Skittermander, and it's just like, oh, and Ed Ross is in the box.
Hey, how would this one get in here? Well,
I would obviously be dreaming, and
that's a story for another time. Okay, so anybody else have anything they'd like to do in this office?
Compers would like to also take a good look around with his cybernetic eye.
Okay, now is that eye attached to you, or is it in your hand? In a hand?
It's in a hand.
Okay, so you're just like moving it around the room. It's not attached to anything. It's just for fun.
Does he see anything?
You see all the things that I have said earlier. You see your 4 brave and wise Skittermander friends looking around the office, trying to make phone calls and exploring, but you don't see anything else.
So is this the box? So is this the box we came out of?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I see.
Yeah. So there's a giant, 4-foot square box in kind of the middle of the room as well, and you can hear just a ton of other Skittermanders inside there. Every once in a while, there's like a burp or a fart, which I imagine you're gonna do when you're traveling coach. But you're gonna have some bad time if you're traveling with 12 other Skittermanders.
So is living in a box tantamount to traveling coach now?
I mean, on Spirit, yeah.
That's true.
Okay, Sporkle is going to run out of the room just very suddenly.
Bye, Sporkle. As you get to the door, go ahead and give me an athletics or an acrobatics check. See if you can reach the handle. It's definitely for regular sized people.
It's for... Oh gosh, I rolled a 1.
So you rolled a 1. You jump up to grab at the handle. It's very slippery. You fall off and you land on your tush.
Here, Sporkle, let me give you a hand. And I encourage Sporkle to jump on my Skitter shoulders.
Dockle goes towards the door and attempts to open it.
Mm-hmm.
This is for people. I'm people. I can take care of this.
Yeah, Dockle, if you're climbing up on top, you're able to see out a small glass partition about 3 feet up on the door, and out there, there's what looks like a holiday party going on, and there's people dancing. You can hear the sounds of the pop band Strawberry Machine Cake playing, and people are having a good time. They're drinking, they're eating. Looks like a pretty hip office party. The elevator doors open on the other side of the floor, and a number of men walk in, and all of a sudden you hear machine gun fire outside, people screaming bloody murder.
Bark, bark, bark!
A number of armed men make their way into the party. One of them steps forward and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, because of this space station's abuse of inalienable alien rights, it is about to be taught a lesson in who really owns Absalom. We are the strong Absalom movement, and you are all now our hostages. Tell me, where is Mr. Chickagamorg, CEO of this enterprise?" What would you guys like to do?
Well, at that moment, Dockel lets go of the door handle and falls on top of Sprockle.
Got it.
Or Sporkle?
Yeah,
Is that how-
Sporkle. It's me.
Sporkle? And just yells, bloody murder.
Sporkle jumps up and starts tickling Dockel and saying, "Pingle wingle, pingle wingle."
Why?
Patrick, you're the one who made her a tickle monster.
Wait, what?
You own this, Patrick.
What does Sporkle say?
I don't want to hear it.
Wingle, it's a real thing.
No, it's not. It's not a real thing.
Mental Floss says it's a real thing. It's a slang term.
Okay, all right. You guys are in the midst of a hostage situation. What would you like to do to help? You're Skittermanders. You're here to help.
Compers is gonna walk.
You know who to help?
Who is the?
No, because you guys haven't seen anything yet. I have to relay the message.
Oh, well, relay the message.
There was a holiday party going on, and then a bunch of guys just started shooting everybody. We gotta help.
Yeah, they must have a really good reason for shooting all those people. We should go out there and see what we can help to do.
I have a grenade.
Mark. I think that you should we should get the door open and you should throw the grenade at all the people they were shooting at.
Oh, what if it kills the people that were shooting them?
We just have to throw
Then we
it
help
well.
them. We're helping somebody no matter what.
So it's win-win, right?
Yeah, exactly. We can't lose.
Purples tries to jump up and bite the door handle with his teeth, and then just pull it open like that.
Make me an athletics check. All right.
It's an 11.
Yep. With your bonus there, you are able to get a hold of the door handle and get it to where the mechanism is unlocked, and now you're just kind of holding on to the door handle.
I shake it vigorously.
Okay, that happens. You shake it off.
Okay, now I let go, and I drop to the floor.
Okay.
I look expectantly at my compatriots.
So the door. So the door did not open.
The door is open, like maybe a crack at this point.
Okay.
Come on, everybody. Let's get the door open.
Let's go. Let's push that door open. Sporkle, prepare to throw your grenade.
Yeah. Who's Sporkle? Are you going through the door first?
I've decided I don't want to throw my grenade.
Why?
But we
were going to help those people.
It comes and goes.
We need your grenade to help.
I am unclear on next steps.
Purples walks out the door. Purples nuzzles the door open, and then on all 8 legs or on all 8 limbs, just sort of clambers on out the door.
Okay. One of these men, these strong Absalom movement men, turns around and is very startled by your appearance, crawling over to him like a 20th of a centipede, and opens fire on you. Boop. I've rolled a 16 on the dice.
Yipe, yipe, yipe.
So that is a hit. All right, and he does 16 points of damage. And unfortunately,
I used my healing serum.
10 bullets rip through your Skittermander's body, and it is dead almost immediately. There goes Purple's patters. We barely knew ye. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I have a D20 list of names here, so we're gonna give you another character, Jabert. We're gonna give you another try, but before we say goodbye to Purple's patters, does it have any last words? as you're dying.
My only regret is that I didn't use my healing serum.
All right, and we're out of combat. And
Okay.
this guard says, "Oh, there's some kind of creepy monster over here, guys. Come here, quick."
Compers goes out and says, "Greetings, friends. We heard that you were looking for somebody, and we'd like to help. Who are you looking for again?"
That's what we do.
They open fire on you immediately. Both of them open fire. I can't breathe. Okay, hold on. I'm getting sensation back in my face. Oh, I might have passed out there for just a minute, guys. I'm okay. Okay, I need to roll some dice here.
I'm starting to think that like the action hero guy was righter than we were.
Okay, good news. One of them misses. Bad news. The other hits. Murders your character for 14 points of damage. Drew, what is Comper's Prominious's last words?
"Make sure somebody takes care of my eye!" And he drops the eye on the ground and it rolls away.
Okay. Yeah.
Sporkle, seeing all of this happening, climbs up on top of this guy that's right in front of the door and throws his grenade through the window.
Okay, so make me an attack roll. Right. So your grenade definitely hits the door in front of you. We're trying to throw it through the glass partition. And who is that on top of you? No, come back. Who are you standing on top of?
I was sitting on someone.
It wasn't Winkus. I wasn't there.
I was with Drew, I think.
Pretty sure you were right on top there. All right, so I'm pretty sure a Mark III grenade is going to be bad news bears. Let's double check this.
Yeah, so it explodes for 46p.
Okay. All right, so the three of you left alive, please make me a reflex save.
46p.
I don't know what that means. What does P mean?
Piercing.
Yeah.
That's 16 plus 4, correct?
Yes.
20.
Okay, so it looks like Raimi's Dakwal Sakuthion has jumped out of the way of a lot of this blast damage, but the other two, unfortunately, are taking 19 points of damage. Sakuthion only takes 9 points of damage, so you're down to 1. And both Sporkle Blomty and Winkus Rustiped are also dead.
So this is the shortest game on Cosmic Crit ever.
Oh no! I'm all alone!
I did not ask you guys to throw a grenade. I just gave you the grenade. Does Winkus or Sporkle have any last words? I'm going to be asking this question a lot this episode.
My only regret is that I didn't go out with more explosions.
Sporkle.
Shatner?
I was only trying to help. Tingle Wingle.
Okay, so
Tyler has gotten up and left the room. He's gone. We lost Tyler. You actually killed Tyler in real life.
I can see him. He's on the floor. He's dead now because you killed him.
oh boy,
We're
guys,
gonna start
getting a little
streaming
silly.
these games. Oh.
All right.
is-
So at this point, Dakwal is basically John McClane from the Die Hard series, right?
With 1 hit point left. I really should
one hit
mention that.
point.
1 hit point left.
Wait, when did I get hit?
The grenade exploded
Oh, okay.
and almost did 20 points of damage, enough to kill you even with the save, but you've got 1 hit point left. And 4 more Skittermanders pop out of the top of the box and come to your aid. And let's see who they are. Yeah, all right, so I'm going to do these in order, and we're going to do them live now. Drew, your character's name is Grokken Wartfuckles.
What?
Wartfuckles. WHARTFULCES. Wartfuckles.
Okay, Grokken.
Hey, everybody, I'm Grokken.
And you are a beautiful flamingo pink Skittermander. Your quirk, your little potpourri about you, is you ask only questions, and you own a fancy scarf. So write all that down. Asks only questions, owns a fancy scarf.
How do I look?
Jabert, your character's name. Oh boy, why do I do this to myself? Your first name is Warmel. Your last name is Restrogalibbers. Restrogalibbers. You're a raspberry-colored Skittermander, and you're a stress farter. Under stress, you often fart. You also own a walking stick. Very important to your character.
Oh,
Becca,
yes.
you've rolled a 1 for your first name, which means your character's first name is Pronky. Your last name is Grimpets, so Pronky Grimpets.
I don't know why y'all are laughing. I like it.
And you are a gunmetal black Skittermander.
Ooh.
That's actually rad. That's pretty rad.
Gunmetal black. And you also react to stress a little differently. You are a stress eater, and you wear a little tiny Skittermander bib, and you carry salt and pepper with you.
That's it? Those are all of my quirks?
Yeah, that's a whole bunch. You got a bib, you got the salt and pepper, and you stress
It's all
eat.
around eating. Okay.
Alrighty. I think we got one more here. That's a lot more death than I thought at the very beginning. Tyler, your name is Waddick Common Clan. WHATIC, Waddick Common Clan. You are a Royal Azure Skittermander. A bright, brilliant blue. And your character likes to lick things. And it wears a little hat. Alrighty, you guys got your characters down.
So what do you say we go out there and help those folks?
No! Everyone just tried that, and they're all dead.
Well, we can't help them with that. We just gotta help these guys, because they seem to really be in control of the situation.
No, if we want to help, we need to help ourselves first. We need to get out of here.
What do you propose to do for that?
We gotta go through that vent up there.
Well, how are we gonna do that?
The box worked pretty good for getting us in here. I say we get back in the box.
No!
The other Skittermanders are holding the box lid closed. So you can't crawl back in. If you try.
No!
We get on top of each other. That's what we gotta do.
Return to sender!
We can
And then the
stand
top
on the
one
box.
climbs up and gets everyone else back up. It's easy.
The elder Skittermander, Grampy Huffgobbers, comes out once again. It's like,
You guys go explore. I can't believe this. Just go try and help people, but help each other too. Be Skittermander's pie.
I don't think he's trying to help us.
if you do want to climb out the air vent, it will require an acrobatics 10, a DC 10, to climb up there.
Okay.
To skitter on up there.
So that's a 10.
Gronkles
Alright.
fails with a 5.
Yes, you do.
I guess I got an 18 though, right?
Yep, yeah, if you roll over 10, you
Honky.
clamber up by yourself. All right, and we'll need a roll from Tyler and Jabert. I've already forgotten your characters because I don't care about them.
My name is Warmo Restro Gabblers.
And my name is Wodike Common Clan, and I'm licking the side of the present we arrived in.
Go ahead and make me those acrobatic. Oh, so Tyler rolled a 17. You're fine, and Jabert, a 5. So
I rolled a 9.
You are so all right. So Warmel and Drew, remind me your character's name.
Gronkles.
Rockin'.
Grokken.
Grokken and Warmel. Unfortunately, you fall, and both of you take 4 points of damage. 4 points of damage.
And we don't have stamina, right? We only have HP?
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, there you go, bud.
Okay.
Wodike Common Clan.
All right, Gronky, you stand on my shoulders.
Okay, I guess.
All right, you guys can
Question mark?
You can both make another check, and you get a little bonus this time. All right, so yeah, you're both up. You both are able to climb up, and you guys.
Wodike licks everybody as they arrive.
Stop that! Doc smacks him.
You know, we're spending an awful lot of time on going through this air vent. Why don't the two of us just go through the door?
You know what? Go for it. See what happens. We're going this way.
I should mention, if you die twice in the same room, I am going to kick you off the episode. So you should probably not do that.
No, go ahead, try the door. The
Go
door's
ahead.
fun.
Go ahead. Well, we've got to move on with this episode, so get your guys into this air vent and get crawling around. Get up in there. Get comfy.
As I am moving through the air vent, I am licking the sides of the vent. And how does it taste?
Like dust and metal.
But like a space dust or more of like an earthy dust?
A little bit of both. Column A, column B kind of thing.
I like it.
It's these very small metallic tunnels, and it's just large enough for you guys to walk, kind of stooped over, so it's only a few feet tall. And crawling around in the air ducts, you get to where you can overhear what sounds like another office down below you, and you hear one person say, "Are the plans in place?" And a voice answers, "Yes, we'll be ready by midnight to execute." The other voice replies, "Still, we should give them a show, don't you think? Make them believe what we want them to believe." The first voice is the one that you heard in the lobby, a very thick accent. This is Shirley, the leader.
Is her name really Shirley?
Moving on.
Ronki's getting stressed out and is going to search for some food.
There's nothing in this air vent.
I know, so we gotta get through it fast.
If you need something to eat, you can have my beautiful hat.
Oh, Pronky shakes his salt and pepper shakers on the hat and gobbles it up.
I hope you're feeling better.
It does taste awful because it is a hat. It's not food.
And I have licked it quite a lot.
As you guys are moving on in this air duct, the wind starts to pick up a little bit, and I'm going to need everyone to make a reflex save as a fan turns on behind you and starts sucking you all down the length of the air duct towards a very large, about 10-foot tall rotating fan. I love the number of ones that we've rolled so far. All right, so very important here. We're going to have a teamwork feat. Everyone that rolled over 15 on this roll, you can lend one of your 6 arms out to another player and give them a +2 bonus on this save. So who's rolled over? It looks like Waddick has, and Pronky. So you guys have 2, or you each have a +2 bonus that you can give to another Skittermander.
I don't think it would help me at all.
Yeah, I will try.
Miles has rolled a 1, so
Waddick will try and reach out and grab Restro
Galibers.
Yeah,
You can call me Wormel.
Wormel. I got your back, Wormel.
Pronky reaches out for Grokken.
All right, so each of you grab one of your compatriots and
He is betrayed!
leaving Donkel Sakuthian to a very, very grisly death. You're clawing at the metallic grating as you're getting sucked down. You're just so weak from that grenade blast, Donkel. Miles, what's your Skittermander's last words?
I don't know. Let it be quick.
Oh, God. Oh, wow.
Oh, the darkness, the darkness.
It is not quick. Your character is eaten alive by these metal blades of the fan, and you take 5d6 points of damage. Okay, so
Why did you bother rolling
much.
that?
Not that much.
Only
Only
1 hit point left.
23 points of damage.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine.
And I think everyone else has saved. Everyone else with the +2s have gotten over a plus.
Can Donkel's last limb be a middle finger holding up
Wait,
all of them?
I'm sorry, was it a D10?
It was a DC 10.
Okay, because I rolled a 5. What was our...
You got a +3 and then a +2 from
okay,
Pronky.
cool.
So you just made it. Yep. So you're turned into a kind of a jelly. There's a smear of blue and a whole bunch of chartreuse. Yeah, fur flying everywhere. And then the fan deactivates because it's been destroyed by Skittermander. And you guys can move on to the next area.
Cool.
Yeah.
Can we go back and get another Skittermander friend?
No, but as you walk through this door, another Skittermander appears, played by Miles.
What, fellas?
Standing in here is like he was like waiting for you. Miles, roll 40-20 for me.
I can't even begin to tell you guys how much my jaw hurts.
Oh, great. There's your natural 20.
Here's my 20.
That's his first name, too. Isn't it?
So your new Skittermander's name is Chamble Uphopers. Chamble Uphopers. You're a neon green Skittermander, and you're a critical thinker. You're the brainy one, and you own an empty pipe. Nothing in it.
Is this a smoking pipe or like a lead pipe?
It's a smoking pipe. Yeah.
an empty lead pipe.
All right, so welcome to the game, Chamble Uphopers, and you guys are now the air duct empties into a conference room. It looks like a fairly long set of some interesting looking glass tables. There's chairs, intricately carved wood chairs. There's a water feature that burbles on one side of the room, and off to the other side, a little sideboard that looks like it is lined with fancy drinks.
Oh, I want to lick all the drinks. Wodak wants to lick all the drinks.
Hold on there, Wodak.
What do these drinks taste like?
They are very, very alcoholic beverages.
Those are poison to us, Skittermanders. We have a job to do.
Do I know that without drinking it?
I know it.
I'm Chambles.
I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna drink at least 2 of those beverages.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you
poison yourself.
Get slammed, basically.
Pronky says, I'm feeling really stressed out. Are there any snacks?
There's, maybe some small pearl onions and olives and things of that nature.
Pronky eats all of them.
Oh, gross. They're like pickled, too. Ugh.
He uses salt and pepper on them first, so it's fine.
Where should we go next? What should we do?
Yes. Are there doors here? Is there another vent?
Yeah, so as you're taking a look around, you hear voices, what seemed like right outside this room. Why don't you guys give me a stealth check so we don't have another TPK here?
That is a 13 for the character I'm playing.
Stealth checks. What have you guys got for me?
23 for Pronky.
I got an 18 for Warmel.
13 for Chamble.
And 13 for Grokken.
Wodak was doing this thing with his tongue, so he has a 6.
So you guys that rolled over a 15, that's the same thing. You can give your +2 bonus, 2 of you, to Wodak and pull him under a table if you would like.
I would not.
I will.
I will.
Okay, so you're able to pull him down, put a hand over his mouth as a number of these armed men come through an elevator on the other side of the room, marching a Vesk in a business suit across the room. And they sit down at one of the tables. They all take some chairs. They're armed to the teeth. They look like they've got high-powered rifles on them, pistols. One has a doshko slung over their back.
I feel like this would be not a good time for it, but maybe I need to make a fortitude save to not fart right now.
Oh, I'll tell you when that fart comes. I'm the
Okay, you're on it.
I'm the GM. I'm the gas master.
Okay, cool.
So what looks like the person in charge sits down with a pistol sitting across from this Vesk and says, "Now, Mr. Chickagamorg, if you don't want to die like your employees out there, I suggest you do as we say." The gruff Vesk answers back and says,
"Well, what is it that you terrorists want? I can't give you back Absalom Station."
The man in charge laughs and says, "Mr. Chickagamorg, my name is Large Goober, and we aren't here for political ideology. We would like the Abadar Corps bank routing access for your company and your biometric imprint to unlock your vaults."
You're here to rob us? Well, I don't have those codes that keep them incorporated, and even if I did, I wouldn't give them to you.
Fine. We shall do it the hard way, then. A laser fire rips through the air, and Mr. Chickagamorg's scaly body in a fine pressed suit hits the carpeted floor, staring at you guys across the room. Just then,
Wormhole
a bout.
waves.
I'm sorry, what Wormhole?
Wormhole waves hello.
You see the life fade from his eyes. And that's the last thing he sees before he dies. 6 Skittermander arms waving goodbye at him. That's what he went to the afterlife with. Just then, a bout of indigestion hits Bird's character.
Oh no!
And you, an adorable little fart. The leader's voice calls out, "Someone's here, we're being watched. Spread out and find them." You all see very clearly there is another exit towards the north of this room, towards another air vent. No, I'm sorry. You see an exit towards the north here that looks like stairs that you can all possibly get to.
Do you think we should go that way?
Just run!
Let's make a run for it.
So this is a good point to remind everyone that you have a ability with your Skittermanders called Hyper, where you can basically take multiple movements and just skitter right at the room.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm gonna
let's
do.
do that.
All right, so that's right up here towards the north. You guys run out this room towards the north, and you come across a set of stairs, and it sounds like you can hear people beneath you. So as you run up, someone is turning down the stairs, another one of these armed guards. I need you all to make initiative rolls right now, and I'm only going to take the highest one, and you're all going to act on that same initiative because you're little team members, your friends.
Oh, 19. Below that. Thanks.
Okay. I rolled a 19 as well, so this is going to end real well.
Wait, sorry, no, we have +4 to initiative, so...
Correct.
You rolled a 23, Tyler.
Well, yes, but raw 19.
So yeah, he's up some stairs, and he actually does go first. He's gonna move down, and he has on him a semi-auto pistol and a tactical knife, and he takes both out, and looks like he's gonna try and block your way. He's not gonna let you up the stairs. Who wants to go next? Since you're all going at the same time.
All right, guys, group hug.
Group hug! Group hug!
Group hug! Group hug!
All right, everybody group hug.
Who doesn't love hugs?
All right, so
this is a special ability that only you guys have as Skittermanders, as playing 5 Skittermanders. If you are all able to attack an enemy with melee hugs on the same turn, you get to make a single +10 free grapple check on the opponent. But you all have to be able to make that melee attack. So who's going first? Who's running up to him first?
I guess I will.
All right, Miles, your character. Remind me who you're playing again.
Chamble up-hoppers.
Of course, up-hoppers.
Up-hoppers.
1P. 1B in Galibers. And all right, so you run just right up to him. Go ahead and give me a melee attack.
That's 14.
That is a hit. Just a hit against their AC. And you do D3 points of non-lethal damage. So go ahead and roll that.
Okay.
You can just roll D6 and take in a half.
3 max damage.
2 points. And who wants to go next?
Bronky's gonna run up and attack.
All right, another hit.
Yeah, Bronky.
Ooh, max
Another
damage.
Max damage.
3 points of damage. You go up and you just start pounding on them with the most adorable hug. Max damage on both of those. So this guy's not doing too great. I'll tell you that much.
all right, Wormhole runs up.
All right, Wormhole, you are moving past a defended square. So this guy is going to get an attack of opportunity on Wormhole with a tactical knife.
Oh no.
I really hope you did not grow attached to Wormhole. Ooh, oh no. Wormhole is able to dive and duck and dip and dodge right out of the way of this guy slashing at the air. He misses. He misses Wormhole, and you've rolled a 19 on the die to hit him back, to hug him back. I'm sorry. What is your damage? All right. So
Max damage.
what? Max damage.
Revenge.
You hug him really hard. All right, who's next?
Grokino's gonna go next.
What are you guys doing? These are like murder men.
Don't worry, Draken is
Skittermander.
is about to die.
Yeah, no, you've gone around the backside of him, so you get a flanking bonus now with Shambles.
Oh
no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Even with the flanking bonus and your Skittermander bonus, that is a miss against his KAC. The only one that can bring us home now. Waddick, Common Clan. Tyler, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna try and hug his face so I can lick out his eyeballs.
Oh gosh! Oh boy!
Oh no! I've only rolled a 9 to 12. Do I get flanking? Flanking?
No flanking. That is a miss.
No.
To be fair, he's entirely surrounded right now.
Yeah. Well, that is why you've got the Skittermander hug. You guys, one person can roll a d20 and elect who you would like to make that roll, and you get to get a free grapple check on him.
Gonna vote not me.
I mean, I think it should be Jabert. He rolled the 19. Maybe he's got the hot hand.
Yep.
I'm blowing on my fingers.
Yeah.
Yes.
14 is with a plus 10 is going to be a hit.
Yes!
So he is grappled in the start of the second turn. He's got you're like pulling down his knife hand. He's got one free hand, which happens to hold his semi-auto pistol.
Oh no!
Oh wait, but firing a ranged weapon incurs attacks of opportunity, right?
Technically, you are correct, Jabert. And we're gonna allow those to happen right now because he looks like he is about to just put the pistol to I'm sorry, Chamble's head and pull the trigger.
All right, guys, it's chopping time.
Everyone may make a single reaction attack, a single attack of opportunity. Oh boy! All right, a natural. We got a 19, an 18, a 20 on the dice. All of you just pummel him into submission with 3 hugs at a time, just like rapid fire hug, 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 and he goes down unconscious, and we're out of combat.
Shambles.
Amazing teamwork.
Shambles was Merry Hugging Christmas.
Right, so on him, he has an advanced semi-auto pistol, a tactical knife, and a Mark II cryo grenade.
Oh.
All those stats right there.
Wodak would like to lick all of the items, including the unconscious guy.
You do
Shambles
that?
smacks Wodak. Stop that!
Oh!
Graken
I need to
throws his scarf across his shoulder.
Shambles
forgot you
takes
had a
the semi-automatic.
Shambles, semi-automatic. Who wants, does anybody want the knife?
Pronky picks up the knife to go with his salt and pepper shaker.
That makes perfect sense now
It
that you
does.
said it. And a Mark II cryo grenade does 2d8 damage.
I imagine that would be pretty fun to lick, so maybe Wodak will take that.
Your tongue will
Yeah,
stick
like
to
a-
it.
Yeah, have you not seen a Christmas Story?
I'm licking it. I don't even care.
Already.
Well, you're dead.
Please let it be canon. It gets stuck to his tongue.
Please.
Yeah, the grenade itself is not that cold. It's like a cold can of soda pop. And you guys, the stairs empty out immediately on the next floor into what looks like a floor that is in the midst of remodeling. You see bare stone floors, partially materialized walls, and building materials that litter the area. And you see a working comms unit in the back of the room in this northwest corner that seems to be sparking to life.
Ooh, what is this?
If anybody has the ability to make a computer's check, it looks like someone's trying to make...
Does anybody?
Let's all hit all the buttons and see what happens.
All right, Wormwood's rolled a 5, so he does not. All right, it looks like both Wodick and Chamble, you guys are most technologically advanced and are, fighting over the comms mouthpiece. But over the comms, you hear a voice say, "Attention, people inside the Blue Rise Spire! A hostage situation has taken place on the 30th floor. Please remain calm as Absalom Station security is on the case." What would you like to say back?
Hi!
Oh, geez, who is this? It sounds like you're talking through a kazoo.
I'm Chamble!
Chamble? Is that
I'm
your real...
Wodak.
What, there's 2 of you?
Yeah, how can we help?
Well,
I can lick things really well if you need anything licked. I can help with that. Otherwise, I'm not much useful.
And I've got a pipe.
We really want to help. We really want to help. Please let us
Really
help.
want to help.
What can we
no,
do to
just-
help you?
Just stay where you are. It's there's a hostage situation going on.
It's really boring here. We're not going to stay here. We got to go help some other people.
Yeah, we already killed one of the bad guys. They were boring.
What? You've already? That's crazy. Sounds like you might have some military experience. Well, Chambles, Wodick, nice to meet you. My name is Carl Winslow from Family Matters.
Oh, hi, Carl. Oh, my God.
But you can call me Officer from Family Matters.
Oh, that's a surname. I see. Yeah.
Yep. Just one
Well,
second.
give us your orders.
So he says, can I tell you something, Chambles?
You can tell me anything you want.
I'm all washed up as a station security ever
Well, you
since
should dry yourself off.
I'm all washed up ever since I got called in on a disturbance. Thought I saw a perp with a gun, but it was just a goblin holding a hot dog. I killed him dead. Not with my gun, mind you. I punched its head clean off. I haven't been the same since. Can't use my fists for anything.
That's a depressing story.
Well, happy holidays. Stay calm. Just don't get yourself hurt. We're going to do our job out here, and we're going to get you all out and get you to safety, okay?
And we're going to help.
No, please do not help.
No.
Help us help you.
As you guys are talking, behind you, the hyperlift elevator dings, and a strong Absalom movement dwarf comes out with a blonde mohawk and a face tattoo of an anvil on his face. A face tattoo of an anvil, guys. He's got an anvil on his face.
Wodak is scared and immediately throws the cryo grenade while saying, I wonder what your insides taste like when I lick them.
Okay.
Chambliss says into the comm, gotta go, bad guys are here.
Wait,
Well,
Carl, do you have any cheese?
Tyler, what did you say you want to do?
I just wanted to throw the grenade immediately.
Okay. All right. That didn't work out too well last time, right?
I know, that's why I want to get rid of it.
Okay. All right.
Especially
so,
while we're all clustered together right now. Sorry.
you throw the grenade and it hits this glass wall partition between you and the dwarf that you apparently just looked right through. You did not prime the grenade. You didn't say that you were throwing a live grenade, so it just hits the glass and bounces off onto the ground.
Oh my god.
I feel much better about that.
You guys hang up with Carl Winslow from Family Matters, and the dwarf across the room says, come out, wherever ye are. I won't hurt ye. I need you guys to make an initiative roll.
Chambo shouts, promise?
He immediately starts shooting in your direction.
I don't think he promised it.
All right.
So we have a natural 20 for Wodick.
And I've rolled a natural 19.
Oh, I rolled a natural 20. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, you guys keep wasting those 20s. So this guy actually goes first, and he's going to run over to a side of the room and duck behind a low wall and fires in your general direction, and you're just gonna miss because he's got a ton of cover. Yeah, he misses badly. I've rolled a 1, and now it's your guys' turn, and you can go in whatever order you'd like.
Well, Chambo's gonna pop on up. How far can I go? 30 feet?
Yep, 30 feet of movement.
All right. I didn't know if it was different for Skittermanders or not.
I don't think so.
And he's gonna fire back.
Oh yeah, you've got the gun, don't you? All right, so he's behind some cover, so this is gonna be a little more difficult.
All right. Greetings from my slightly larger friend, and that is a 20.
16 on the dice. That is a hit against him, even in full cover.
Woohoo!
That's what, 2d6 damage?
Sure. Yeah, 2d6 damage.
Go ahead and roll me that.
All right.
Oh boy, 7 points of damage total.
Yep.
All right, yeah. So a bullet rips through this dwarf, through his shoulder, and he's like, "Ack!" What about the rest of you guys? Anybody else want to do anything right now?
Ronki's gonna run down here and hide behind this big column.
All right, yep. There's some support columns on odd ends of the room, and that provides you total cover.
Wodick will go and look at his grenade and try and figure out why it didn't do what he wanted it to do.
Oh, there's a pen. You got to pull the pen.
Oh, god damn. Okay. He's figuring. He'll spend this turn figuring that out.
And
Graken is going to just run right here because that puts him closest to where the bad guy is.
Great. Okay, so not in cover at all. And Gibbert?
Hyper.
Haven't we already used hyper for the day?
Oh, once per day, yeah.
Or is this a different Skittermander than you had the last time?
No, same one.
No. You guys haven't died in a whole room.
Let's see.
But you can double move if you want. It just says here, movement and your standard action.
That'll do.
All right, so you've moved right next to your good buddy right there in front.
I want to go support him. I want to come up and shake one of his hands and say, "You're doing a good job."
All right, so this dwarf pulls a grenade out from his pocket.
Oh no!
And throws it right at you two, Gibbert and Drew.
Oh no!
I need both of you to please make a reflex save. Ooh. Oh, so many natural 20s tonight. Why don't you guys roll like this?
I don't know! The real question is, why are we wasting all this on a holiday episode? Yeah!
Nah, we're fine. This is fine. All right, so a fragmentation grenade explodes like right at your feet. Grokken, is that Drew? That's your character.
I think. I don't know.
Grokken is able to jump out of the way from many of the shards. You did take some. I think you took some damage getting out of the box and into the air ducts. So
I only have 6 HP left, so
yeah, we'll see how that works.
Yeah.
And Gibbert, you're playing Warble Retro Galibers. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Maybe not for that long though. Let's see how I roll. Yeah, so 11 points of damage as this grenade explodes, destroying Warble Galibers, and that is 5 points of damage to you, Drew.
5 points. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm down
You
to
have one
one.
left.
To 1 hit point left, and it's your guys' turn. We've got another.
Wait, does Wormhole get a last thing to say?
Oh yes, I'm so sorry, Gibbert. Warmold's last word.
As the top half of his torso is just kind of careening through the air past the dwarf, he just waves goodbye.
Oh, okay. All right. Your guys' turn again.
All right,
The
so
4 of you.
fueled with rage, Chamble charges for shooting his gun.
Alrighty.
Oh my goodness.
Rolling
18
rocks tonight.
plus
Yeah, that's
4.
it. These guys have AC like 13.
And that's 2d6.
Correct. All right.
It's almost 7.
A great average of damage. 7 damage. Yeah, your bullet rips through this guy's head, and you help him to die. Falls to the ground. We're out of
Chamble
combat.
jumps up and down.
So he has on him a machine gun, 3 more frag grenades. As you open up his bag, 30 detonators spill out onto the floor and scatter underneath walls and in nooks and crannies all over the room, and a comms unit.
Wodak will take. I'll take one of the. I'll take one of the frag grenades.
Graken will pick up the machine gun.
Graken
will take a grenade.
Okay, so, but I got something to say. Do I have a machine gun now?
Ho ho ho! Over the comms unit, you hear, "Grolkin, come in. Have you eliminated the targets? We need the detonators on the roof. Post haste."
Okay. So
You guys
Wodak,
want to answer?
yeah,
Oh,
Wodak
yeah,
will
go up there.
Wodak will grab it and be like, we have the detonators. How do we get to the roof? And this guy doesn't look good.
Oh, why hello, interlopers. Tell me, do you plan on taking all of us out just by yourself?
We don't plan on anything.
Yeah, we just
Haven't we slain enough of your brethren? Isn't it wise to give up now?
I mean, it's like the legendary sage Skittermander said, "It's better to die helping than to die not helping."
That's not what he said.
So we'll help. You die, or us die.
Tell me more about how you plan to help us die.
Oh, well, we're going to take all these grenades and all these detonators that you're supposed to have, but we have, and we're going to strategically set them up into places and then blow you up as you pass through them.
It's going to happen.
Do you have military experience? Is that a thing that would come to your aid?
I'm a captain in the Skittermander military, which is the equivalent of a civilian.
What? What is your favorite kind of pizza?
Ooh, that's a tough question.
It's for me an ant pizza.
Oh, yes, that's a good one. I've not tried it in many years, but I don't really care. I was just trying to stall long enough for my men to get to the floor that you're on. The elevator behind you dings, and several 5 or 6 armed guards step out and immediately start shooting up the room. Just full machine gun fire, laying waste to everything. And you see another exit, another air duct on the side of the room behind you guys. There's no way you're going to win this fight. I'll tell you right now, because I will. But you can get out by getting to that air duct.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you see this exit, but between you and it is 30 feet, and the ground is littered with shards of glass from the broken window pane. Yeah, so everyone running through it, I need to make a reflex save.
Wadic, lick the grass!
Can Grokken, instead of running through it, lay down covering fire?
Go out in a blaze of glory.
I have 1 HP.
Right. I rolled a 17 plus 4, so 21.
All right, so that's a save, and you can give a bonus to a friend, a +2 bonus.
I could use a bonus.
What did you roll?
A 4.
Okay, yeah,
8.
That's not great. I think it's a 7.
Yeah, it's 7.
+3 to all saves.
Grokken has rolled a 14.
Grokken, you running?
I mean, I would like to lay down covering fire, but and go out in a blaze of glory, but you didn't tell me if I could do that or not.
Oh, can I lay down my bib?
You can lay down covering fire and run away. I'm sorry, you lay down your bib.
Yeah, I have a bib.
You know what? I'm going to allow it. That will also give you a +2 bonus, but now your bib is gone. You can't get it back.
Okay.
Oh, you're just fine with that?
Yeah.
So if you have +2, I'm going to give... Beck, what's your character's name?
Pronky?
Pronky, how do you forget Pronky?
I'm going to give Pronky my +2.
Guys, that is such a foul name. Why are we saying it over and over again in this episode?
Well, it's not Pronk, it's Pronky. And it means something different on that planet. Okay, so you guys running through the glass, laying down fire. The bullets are ripping the walls of this floor up around you, breaking more glass. It is definitely like a war zone in here. And everyone that got over a 10 is taking half damage on this.
Oh, good.
Oh, well, I've rolled a 1 on the dice, so let me just roll another d6 and a 6 on the dice. 7 points of damage to everyone that failed. That is Tyler, I believe. Your character, Wodic, Common Clan.
Yes.
And
but
3 points to Rebecca, and 3 points...
I had a 10 on the die, so that would be 14.
3 points of damage to Drew's character.
So Grokken is deceased.
Miles, you also take 3 points of damage. So Grokken, go ahead and give me your last words.
What am I supposed to say?
Okay.
So Pronky picks up the machine gun off of Grokken's body.
That's fine. And you, as you guys are crawling through these air ducts, you find 2 more Skittermanders played by Drew and Jabert.
I have a question. Since Skittermanders have 6 arms, can I just have my knife, my frag grenade, and my machine gun just all ready to go at any moment?
That's a great question. Yes, you can.
Awesome. Can I do that now?
Yeah, you can just be walking around, to the teeth.
I want to be ready to help, okay?
Alrighty. So, Drew, you are playing a character named Karasti Buffuck. Buffock. Buffock.
We're going to have to edit some of these names.
Well, it's just a common Skittermander surname. Buffock.
Yeah, don't be crass, Drew. Don't be crass.
Yeah, come on.
But I am Karasti.
It's Karasti. Yeah. Karasty. Very common.
You're freak Karasti. Yeah.
You are a saffron-colored Skittermander, and you hate Miles' character Skittermander as your potpourri. You guys are known enemies, and you own a compass.
Okay, clarification. Magnetic compass for direction or pointy compass for drawing circles on a piece of paper?
It doesn't matter, it's broken. Either one, it doesn't work. I'm glad you asked the clarifying question. Okay, and Jabber, your character's name is Fancy's Mossquipper. Fancy's Mossquipper. And you are a hot magenta Skittermander. Very, very bright hot magenta. And your potpourri, your character quirk, you're just happy to be here. And you own a half-inflated balloon.
It's there. It's good.
So the three surviving Skittermanders, you meet up with these two in the air ducts again. So you guys meet up and you're crawling through the central air here. You hear in another office down below you a woman's voice, and you hear her say, "Yes, I know it was a liability hiring him, but even though Gilcrest was a wild card and opened us up to litigious action, the data his craft sent back was of great value to the firm. Besides, we declared him a rogue agent as soon as he disappeared last week, so the company is in the clear. I heard he died out on the rock from our sources, so there's nobody left to blame. I've got to go. There's some kind of hostage situation in the building. Happy days of holly to you, sir."
That's my ex-wife.
As you guys are climbing along, immediately the air shaft beneath you kind of drops away, and you are plummeting down a straight shaft. I need everyone to make a reflex save right now.
Can I land on that Pronk Chamble?
Who?
Huh?
Oh, yeah, you ate Miles's character. I was like,
thank you.
Wait, what?
I thought you were talking about me because my name is Pronky.
Pronky, no.
Alrighty. Pronky rolled well, got an 18, Woduk 15, Chamble 15, so you guys all can give a +2 to somebody. Fancy's Mossquipper rolled a 9, and Karasti Bofok a 5.
I reach out for Fancies and help him out.
I don't help out Karasti at all.
Fancies is fine.
Thanks, everybody. I appreciate this.
You've rolled over a 10, Jabert, but Karasti will need someone to help him.
Since he was trying to land on me, I'm just going to let him fall.
Bye, Krusty.
Wodike will help Krusty.
Okay, so yeah, giving him a helping hand, you are able to swing him over to another section of the central air tunnel, and you guys save yourself from falling very far.
I would have loved this so much if we just let it was just like Drew's like, "I'm back."
I made it an option that everyone could have done if you rolled badly. I didn't think that was going to happen. Yeah, so you get to another floor and you see a set of stairs that says rooftop access, and you're able to open that door. It's a push handle, so it's much easier, and climb up to the roof. Whee! At the top of the roof, a lone hover vehicle circles a lift pad roof access, and you see a number of air ducts and stairs leading to other landings. The main pad, there are a number of what looks like the party guests from the floor below. And before you guys, as soon as you get out up the stairs, you see a large set of explosives rigged with a detonator and a timer counting down to 1 minute. And if you don't help those guests, it looks like it's going to blow up the landing pad where they're standing, and they're all going to die.
Well, good thing helps what we do.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this in a screen of vid. We need to freeze the detonator.
But how do we do that?
Throw a cryo grenade at it.
Oh, okay. Throw. Pull pin, throw.
Okay, how close are you going to be to make this throw?
I don't know. Where am I throwing it? I'm right here.
Yeah, so there's some stairs in your way if you want to get to be right about here, will you be completely perturbed? Right,
Yep.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Boom. I'm making it. I'm pulling the pin, and I'm throwing it.
Oh, you're remembering to pull the pin? This character.
19.
Nice, 19.
Nice.
So yeah, you hit that thing square, the palm square.
It's a cryo grenade. It'll freeze it.
All right, so it does have a reading this right.
It's a 10-foot radius.
It's 15-foot radius. So I need you to make a reflex save for me, and go ahead and roll 2d8 cold damage.
All right, 6.
Okay, so it's not that bad. You definitely freeze the bomb up. It doesn't destroy it. It still looks like it's counting down, but you take 3 points of damage.
It's just covered in ice.
I
now.
believe. Wait,
I'm at 0. I'm at 0.
Oh, no,
you only
what
have
a
3
bad.
points left. Another Skittermander pops up around the corner. He's like, "Hey guys, roll 40-20 for me." Your new character's name is Bunkle Furtragashelly.
Okay.
Bunkle Furtragashelly.
Bunko Shelley.
Furtragashelly. It's a very common last name. You are a turquoise Skittermander.
Nice.
And I feel like you've been playing all your characters this way, so just keep on keeping on. Your character is super dumb, and you own a handkerchief. I feel like they're not that dumb characters, but yeah. So you show up. There's 5 of you now, and there's still a bomb to dismantle, and it has about 30 seconds on it now.
Somebody needs to cut the cord. Or oh no! Eat the bomb. Can I eat it?
No, it's larger than you are.
Damn it!
This would be an engineering check to disable, and you guys can all try and make one if you want. Just start pulling wires. And
Yeah. Let's do it. Oh my God! Bunkle got an 18, or what? +3, so or +4, so 22.
Okay, we got Pronky, who you've rolled over a 15. This is DC 15, and
Karasti has rolled over a 15, 17.
Nice, great. Okay, so you guys don't accidentally set the bomb off. Good news, and even better news, you're able to dismantle this bomb. It goes down to about 5 seconds left, and then it just turns off.
Woohoo!
You still hear screaming coming from the landing pad, and your comms unit lights up again, and you hear Lars Goober say, "Haha, so it seems you are more resourceful than you look. Bravo, but that was but one of my bombs." And from elsewhere on the roof, you can hear the beeping of several other bombs. The party guests are all running for the hills. They're already making their way down to stairwells and the flying vehicle around the landing pad. You hear over a microphone say, "Small furry creatures, do not move or you will be fired upon." And they immediately start firing explosive rounds. And the voice says, "Whoops, my finger slipped. Oh well, fire upon them anyway."
No! We're trying to help!
It looks like your exit from the rooftop is cut off because he is shooting right down like a kill lane from over here. Why don't you guys make a perception check for me, see what you can see. All right, we got some good rolls here. So off to the side of the roof, it looks like there's a fire hose in a wheel well, and you imagine you can use this to climb off of the roof over here to the eastern side.
Skitter.
Yeah, you guys can move your minis right on over. I'm going to need all of you to make a reflex save. Whoop. Very simple reflex save.
16 for Bungle.
Is that a
10 for...
A 1 for old Karasti, +4, which is 5.
3.
+3.
Or is it only +3, so 4.
+3.
As if it helps.
A natural 20 from Fancies, is that correct?
That's correct.
Nice. So everyone that rolled over a 10 can give a +2 to somebody.
Frankie
So
needs
that's
some help. And some
Jabert
food.
and Bunkle. Sorry.
Oh,
Jabert and Tyler. Fancies and Bunkle, you've got a +2 to give.
Bronky.
I mean,
Thank you, Fancies.
my guy is really stupid, so let's roll a d10.
No, just pick somebody, you monster.
I
It's a
do
game.
help people. Okay, I'll pick Karasti.
Don't. Crasty. +2. Oh boy. Okay, so that means I believe here. Let me double check. Yeah, so you guys are all falling off the roof, grabbing onto this hose with various degrees of success, and you come crashing through a plate glass window, several floors below in the spire. And I need both Karasti and Chamble uphopers. Are you still Chamble, Miles?
Yeah.
Oh man, I need you to make both a reflex save for him.
Oh no.
You roll another one. Okay.
I rolled a 18 plus 3 is 21.
All right. So Miles Chambles only takes 3 points of damage, 6 points of damage to Karasti.
6 points.
Great. Yep, 6 points. And on this floor that you've crashed into, the top of the roof goes up in a huge fireball. You can hear from down below. Somewhere Michael Bay feels very excited, and you guys, amidst the broken glass, pick yourselves up, and across the room you see Lars Goober holding a pistol to the android Marcia 29's head.
Oh, no.
And he says, "Still alive? If you wish to save this remaining hostage, I suggest you all drop your weapons.
Wait.
If I see that you're armed, this android will suffer the consequences. Come closer."
Wait, was this the one who purchased us, or the one who we were being given to?
Given to.
Oh, okay.
And this android, Jibber, I should say, picked you up out of the crate and kissed Fancy's Mossquipper on the forehead.
Aww.
Yeah, you feel oddly attached.
Aww. I come up and I give her a big hug.
Do you have weapons on you?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm just happy to be here.
Okay. You just have to be here. I forget everyone's little quirks. What about the rest of you that are armed? Are you dropping your weapon?
Chamber fires.
Oh no! Initiative rolls, everybody!
All right. Got a
13.
7, 8. Bunko has a 20.
Yeah, so you guys get to go first in the initiative order, and Chamble, go ahead and make that attack roll.
All right.
Now, Lars Goober does have an
So
AC
14,
bonus here.
18.
He's using a human shield, but that is enough. It's only got +4. That is enough to hit him. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. 8.
8 points of damage. Yeah, you blast him in the shoulder, and anybody else can go now as well. He takes a round and is still holding the gun to her.
I'm gonna step up and give him a big old hug.
An attack hug?
Yeah, is that not a thing anymore?
Yeah, no, you can. I didn't know if you meant like a non-damaging hug or an attack hug. Yes, attack hug.
I don't think that I know the difference between the two, so...
All right. 5 on the dice. Your hug misses. You hug a fire extinguisher behind him.
Bunko will hug the android because he's confused.
Okay. Well, everyone likes hugs, Tyler, so that's not that bad.
That's true. That's a 20.
Your hug succeeds. Did you want to squeeze so hard you do damage?
I mean, I feel like I don't know my own strength, so sure.
Go ahead and roll it.
All right. 2 points of damage.
Marcia looks down and she's like, "Oh, they just want to be loved. You monster!"
Karasti's gonna come down and give a hug.
Give a hug to Lars Goober.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
About time.
Nothing but 1s and 20s for this character so far. Caressy Bafok. Why don't you go ahead and that is a critical hit. Roll me 2d3s worth of damage. So 3 points and 2 points. All right, so you go up and you hug Goober's leg, and it's enough to throw him off balance, and he goes careening backwards through a plate glass window, dropping his gun, but also holding on to Marcia, and they go flying out backwards. All of you guys can give me one final reflex save to try and hold on to Marcia.
I'm already holding on to Marcia.
Oh, yes, you were huggy.
So 14 plus 4, 18.
What's
Oh, no, I'm 13. So 17.
18.
Okay, all right. And let's see. Pronky's rolled over a 10. Fancies, what have you rolled here?
7.
Aww. Everyone that has rolled over a 15, Chamble and Crassy, you can give a +2 bonus and hold on to Fancies and or the android, who are both going out the window now.
We should probably... who do you want to save, Chamble?
I mean, I think the android's supposed to be our owner.
Pronk you! We're going to save the other one.
Oh, you can.
I keep forgetting. Okay, so
I'm going for the android.
Okay, wow. Tyler, you can make a reflex save as well. You can hug multiple people because you've got big arms.
Natural 20.
You save both Fancies and Marcia, and you see Lars Goober falling to his death in slow motion, and just completely shocked that he was hugged to death by a Skittermander. And he falls like 35 floors and goes splat on the concrete outside. We're out of combat.
And then Reginald Bell Johnson shoots him.
Who?
Reginald Bell Johnson.
Reginald Bell Johnson has not been introduced to this story. Are you talking about Carl Winslow from
shut
Family
up.
Matters?
What?
Chambo pushes Karasti out the window, too.
Make an attack roll.
Oh, 19 plus 4.
Karasi, I need a reflex save.
Here comes that natural one.
Please be a 1.
Natural 20. You catch yourself before he is able to push you out. And both of you are picked up by Marcia 29, and they give you a big hug and be like, you guys are going to share the same bed because you look like best friends. No! All right, in our epilogue.
I'm Bunkle.
Did you just say I'm Bunkle?
Yeah, I'm stupid.
All of you limp out of the tower, and Marcia 29 is listening to the tales of your adventure. How are you explaining what you've done to save all the hostages?
Shoot 'em bad guys.
I was in a box, and then suddenly I was on the roof of a building that had a bomb on it. And then we disarmed the bomb, and then some dude flew out a window that I didn't care about.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
Yeah, I didn't know most of the plot to this story.
Well, the moral of the story is, never build your building with plate glass windows, because they break.
I'm so glad you guys discovered the secret moral of the story to Die Hard, which is what we've been playing.
The secret moral to the story
This
is
was
to push
Die
7 people
Hard?
out the window.
Wow.
You all sound awfully brave. How about, as a reward, I make you all 50 pancakes, and we have a slumber party at my place.
Amazing.
But I like waffles.
I lost my bib.
Walking up to you, a human Absalom Security Corps member, just shaking his head, and he says, well, look who it is. We got a couple of bona fide heroes in our midst. It's Carl Winslow from Family Matters, guys.
Carl!
He puts his hand, his balled up fist on his waist and just kind of shakes his head. And just then, a strong Absalom movement member bursts forth from the crowd of hostages, and he has a gun, and he aims it directly in your direction.
Oh no.
Pronky opens fire with the machine gun.
Chambo follows up with his gun.
Into the crowd?
You haven't seen this movie, have you?
No, not in a while.
Oh, God. Oh boy.
Does it matter? My Skittermander certainly hasn't seen the movie.
It's a classic on their planet. Carl Winslow from Family Matters knocks your gun aside, and he steps up to the terrorist with a burst of speed you wouldn't think possible from someone in the physical form that he is in. And he leaps through the air, punching the strong Absalom movement member in the face, and his head goes flying off, and blood sprays all over the concrete like a timed water fountain, drenching everybody. And Carlos Winslow says, I guess I didn't know my own strength. And all the hostages and police around you laugh in unison. Roll credits. The blood overhead splatters onto the concrete of the buildings, spelling out the words, "The End." And then a final blood spurt dashes a massive question mark to the end of that. Fade to black.
Yay! Happy holidays, Patrick.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna calculate who survived the longest in our Skittermander game that I've been calling Help Hard.
It had to be Chamble. I mean, I think it's Chamble, hands down. I don't think you need to.
I was about to say
around for a while.
No, he was added after all of our second characters.
No. Well, we'll go back and listen to it, but I do think Shambles is one of the eldest. Because Miles, you only had 2 Skittermanders, right?
Yeah.
I only had 2.
Ooh. Have to do some math.
You might have to.
Yeah, because my first one lasted until the first air duct. And then from there, he lasted the rest of the game.
I'm glad we recorded all this because I don't remember anybody's names about who died and when.
I was so excited. I had such a cool Skittermander, like action movie Skittermander, and then Becca's just like, grenade, dead. I did nothing. I did nothing. My first
That's why I tried to open fire at the end because I was like, I'm so bored. I'm doing nothing. I'm just hiding behind walls and stuff, like, and waiting for other people to do things. I want to do something.
Yeah, you haven't seen the movie Die Hard, have you?
You did.
That's all the movie is.
You did enough in the beginning where you murdered yourself and me.
I know, but
oh boy.
But yeah, I only had 2 characters because I had the one that tickled and I have the one that.
Let's not revisit that one, please.
We
I'm sorry I made you uncomfortable.
I think you guys had 6 more Skittermanders on this D20. I was only going to let you have 20. So like 15 dead. That's going to do it for our holiday episode, guys. I hope you had a good time. My sides hurt. I'm going to go apply some bandages to them. I don't think I've laughed so hard in a long time. And
that was super fun.
The outro. We gotta end with Rebecca's catchphrase from this episode, her first character.
That I didn't use at all?
Well, you died pretty quickly. So
you died pretty quickly, but you at least used it, your final words. At least had it in there. What give it to us again.
Sporkle Blomty's last words.
Pingle Wangle.
Oh.
It's a real thing. Look it up.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for playing with me, everybody. Have a happy holidays. Merry Critmas. And
a Happy New Year.
Crit bit commencing in 3, 2, 1. Crit bit initiated.
All right, and we're back, everybody. Thanks for sticking around after another episode, Cosmic Crit. And this is our Crit Bit, a little bit of extra content we throw on to our best episodes where we talk about the game, talk to one another, about our characters, do some fun things, and talk to special guests. Joining me tonight are 2 players, Jabert. Say hello, Jabert.
Hello, Jabert.
And Drew.
Hello, Jabert.
Simon didn't say hello, Jabert. You're off, Drew. Get out of here. We don't need you anymore. But joining us also tonight, a very special guest from Paizo. Say hello, Thurston Hillman.
Hello, Thurston Hillman.
Oh, man, you guys are too good. All right. You get to stay. Thurston, welcome. I think I mentioned this before. It feels like everyone that plays a Paizo game is already on a first name basis with you, just because you seem to be like the face of not just organized play, but a lot of the players. You're on the Paizo message boards. You're answering questions. So can I call you Thurston? Is that all right?
You can even call me Thursty, which most people do.
I would not have dared.
I will allow this. I will let this pass, sir.
Thank you, Thirsty. Welcome to Cosmic Crit and our Crit Bit here, where we're going to talk about a lot of Starfinder stuff, believe it or not. It's kind of our shtick here.
Awesome.
So first of all, you are the main developer for Starfinder Society,
yeah, so my official role in the title or in the company is Starfinder Society developer. So I am the primary developer who works on Starfinder Society scenarios. I work on the organized play team, which is headed up by our organized play lead developer John Compton, who since you're playing through the adventure paths, he wrote Adventure 2 for Dead Sons.
Oh yeah, we're about to jump right in.
Nice. John is a good friend of mine. I've known him for several years now. We worked long before Starfinder with like Pathfinder Society stuff. So he heads up the organized play development side of things, and along with the two of us, there's Linda Zayas Palmer. She is the Pathfinder Society developer, and so she does development similar to what I do on the Pathfinder side. And then working along with us is Tanya Woldridge, who is the organized play manager, and she handles a lot of the logistical, volunteer, convention support, all that good stuff.
Right. Now, I have to admit that I have not myself played any organized play, but Drew, you've played some, right? You talked about it on a Crit Bit before.
Yeah, so it's a kinda situation. So Rebecca and I were at Dragon Con this past year, as we go every year. And Starfinder, of course, had just launched like a week before, something like that. And
Gen Con.
Yeah, and so they were doing demos of Starfinder at Dragon Con, and they were also doing organized play events. And we just happened to luck into a spot in one of the organized play events. We were playing the iconic characters. I remember I was playing Obuziah. I think Rebecca's playing the Technomancer, whose name escapes me at the moment. But Raya. It was really interesting because we had already started doing our show, and we had already started getting into characters and learning things like that. And then finding out that there is this whole way that you can go and create a character online and just get different things that apply to your character that you can take from game to game. And it doesn't have to necessarily be one GM or DM and the same group of people every week. You could go to a game over here and your progress will count to a game over here. And my hand gestures don't work on an audio podcast.
No, we're all audio here. But everyone, imagine Drew is just gesticulating wildly.
And it was surprising to me that, again, I'm also a very new role player. This is really the kind of the first go round for any kind of tabletop role playing game for me. Just kind of surprised that anybody had thought of it in the first place. It seems like such a good idea.
It's it's an interesting thing. I look back at sort of my background in role playing games and starting to be a freelance author for Paizo way back in the day. And I mean, I wrote my first Pathfinder Society scenario without having a hot clue what organized play was. So I was very much in a similar boat. By the time my second scenario came out, I was kind of like, I should actually read the rules that, this organized play thing is all about. And, it is a really neat concept. For those who aren't familiar, the idea with organized play is that we have volunteers across the world who essentially run games at stores. These aren't so much volunteers as they are fans who are running stuff at stores, everywhere in the world. And you can show up, and because of the structure of the organized play program, you can bring your character from one location to another. So you can go from a lot of people do this. They'll go from between conventions all across, North America and the world, bringing their same character. And we have people who maybe meet up once or twice a year, sometimes less, who they know each other because of their characters and like forum posts and all of that sort of creates a community. And it's also great for people who don't really have the ability to get into a home game. I mean, maybe because of your schedule, you just can't get into that home game, or you just don't know people, especially if you're traveling a lot or you've just moved into a new area. I find that that organized play games are great to get introduced to a whole bunch of new people. Personally speaking, I sort of got involved with our local organized play group here after 2 of my scenarios had been released, and they're like, "Oh man, we should have you come and run some." And then I did, and I don't have a ton of time. I work a job and all that, but I would come out for the occasional game, and eventually I found a group there that I really liked, and actually ran through an entire adventure path for that group. So it's a great way to find players and really create those community connections.
Yeah, and not only in your friendly local gaming store. I was surprised to find out that there was a ton of online play as well. As we're talking, we use Discord to record our episodes and our interviews because it's the best audio quality. But huge groups for organized online play on Discord, which I was very excited to see. I didn't know it was as crazy popular and rabid those players as they were.
Well, yeah, the online community is certainly a growing but already significant community that we have, and that's why for organized play we just recently had some announcements where we kind of have made online its own region in terms of convention support and everything, because they just have that player base. I mean, it's funny you mentioned Discord. I can bring up the online channel for organized play right now, and there's over 350 people online right now. It's crazy.
I try to jump in and take a look, and people are always playing. They're always chatting. And what you mentioned, it being its own region, I found that very interesting. That there are boons that you can get for your games that are based on where you are in the country, but also there's like an extra boon that you can earn by playing an online game. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Did I read that right?
Yeah. No, 100%. What we had to do when we kind of were releasing Alien Archive for organized play. One thing about organized play, for those of you who aren't familiar, is we do have what's called our additional resources and sanctioning process, which is really about looking at any rules books that come out and reviewing them to make sure that they're going to work for an organized play.
Right.
I mean, there are some things that just rules-wise, you can have it in a home game, but they might not jive well when you're taking a character to different tables every week with different GMs and different players.
Right.
So with some of that content, what we do, like with races, for example, sometimes, some of the races, especially in Starfinder, are pretty unique and have some specialized backgrounds, and we want to make sure that those races are really special in the campaign. For example, the Skittermander, which we will be having a little contest for later on in this segment. But the Skittermander is something that if we opened it up and allowed it on day one, I think every table would be full of Skittermanders, and there would be some poor GM who would have to run those tables.
A game of all Skittermanders? Who's ever heard of that? That sounds ridiculous.
Madness. And I mean, we have to have some control over that. And also, it's a great reward. I mean, one thing we found from the Pathfinder side is that race rewards make a very good enticement to have people come out to conventions and play, and are good rewards. So what we decided to do for Starfinder, just because we had so many different races in Alien Archive, was to basically allot 2 races to what we're calling mega regions, which are conglomerations of different areas of the world that form a mega region. And we have 4 of those, so depending where you are in the world, you have access to these 2 races, and then every 3 months or so we're going to be rotating those out. But online is its own kind of unique beast in that we wanted to give online its own reward, but there is a certain ease of I can show up and play an online game and not have to leave my house. So we want to make sure that whatever online has, it's not in the same pool as our physical regions, just so that everything's on a level field. And we found that by giving online its own special races, we kind of hit both sides of what we wanted to.
Great. Yeah, so in the base game, you make up this character that you can take anywhere, and would you sit down at a table with people of like different levels, like skill levels and their character levels? Is that difficult for those GMs? Because for me, that seems like that would be a headache.
So I mean, we have some specialty rules in place that guide some of that. The biggest one being is what you'll see with organized play scenarios is they all have what's called a tier. Our most common tier that we're using right now is tier 1 to 4, which means that scenario is applicable for any characters that are 1st to 4th level. And
I was going to ask how that worked with character level. It seems like there'd be a pretty big gap in survivability.
Yeah, for sure.
Character first level.
For sure.
I was imagining like I would make up a character and I'd go to my local gaming store, and an hour later I'd be walking out with my head held low.
So, along with tiers, which is our primary method of letting you know like what level range is this going to be suitable for, we have what are called sub tiers. So in our 1 to 4, there's tiers or sub tier 1 to 2 and sub tier 3 to 4. And the idea being that every encounter in the book, or in the scenario, I should say, any of those encounters have the listed stats for both sub tiers. And sometimes that can even mean like the creatures you fight might be different, or the stats are radically different, or there's more of a creature to sort of fill out the required APL and CRs and all of that jazz.
Right.
But the idea is that once you get all of your players sat at the table, you figure out your basically your average level range, and then you fall into one of 2 sub tiers.
I see. So it's based on the average party level.
Exactly. And then that way you kind of have those situations where if you have if say you have a table that's, 5 4th levels and 1 1st level, well, that 1st level's playing up a bit.
Yeah.
And then conversely, if you have a whole bunch of 1st levels,
get behind me, everybody.
Level,
yeah. Follow me.
It's one of those funny situations where it's not ideal by any means. I mean, you're not going to be as well matched encounter difficulty wise as you would be in, say, an adventure path where there's that static progression. But this also lets people show up with those characters and play in that sort of level range area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I found that very interesting. It's something, like I said, I've been wanting to jump in either to my local gaming store or online and play or GM a game. I like, believe it or not, game mastering a good deal. I've done it for a number of years, but it just seems like I wouldn't want to do something wrong and like mess someone's game up if it's a character they've been working on for a long time. What would you say is to someone like me or someone that's not heard or played organized play before? What's what would be something you'd say to assuage some of their fears of diving in for the first time?
I think especially from a GMing perspective, I mean, it's like having a home table. You're there with a group of people who are there to have fun. Like they want to tell a story, you want to tell a story. I mean, certainly there's that fear that you're going to come in and encounter is going to go terribly, terribly wrong and you're going to kill their characters. But that's also what players are coming to the table for, too. There has to be that sense of danger.
Yeah, when we spoke with Rob McCreary, he said he was an old school gamer and he doesn't mind an AP or a scenario or a fight being very hair raising.
Oh yeah, no, that's completely Rob.
Yeah, I'd love him to GM for me and just leave with white hairs at the end of every game session.
And I mean, some scenarios too, you're gonna find that in Pathfinder Society over the years, we've certainly come up with our share of this scenario has a reputation for killing 1 or 2 player characters.
Well, that's what like old school D&D was like, wasn't Tomb of Horrors, or there's some that Gary Gygax was famous for murdering players at conventions, right?
But I think the main thing for coming into organized play, especially if you're interested in jamming, is just to know that it's a group affair. Like you're doing your best to put on a good show for those players. They're coming in to have a good time. I mean, I don't think anyone, and GMs are the resource we want the most for organized play, because it's really there's one person that determines the fun of like 5 to 6 or 5 to 7 people.
Right.
Like GMs, people want to encourage people to GM, so you get a lot of really good people player wise when you step up to GM, I think. And I know for a fact I've never had like a truly bad experience ever GMing, and I do it at conventions all the time now.
So speaking of the scenarios and your kind of guiding hand in the seasonal stories, because they do somewhat interconnect in that you're all Starfinders. You're working for the Starfinder Society in universe, in the game universe. Is there a lot of pressure on making each of these individual stories really stand out? Because for a lot of players, it might be the first time they ever sit down to play Starfinder. Have you gotten a lot of feedback from first time players in your scenarios over the last couple months?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we had a debrief with our game masters from Gen Con, which was the first time it was really run live. So the feedback just kind of happened from there onwards. But I mean, there is a certain amount of pressure when you're designing these scenarios to make sure that you're going to have something memorable. And also, one thing that a lot of people don't recognize is that organized play is really putting out right now sort of the lion's share of the content for Starfinder, just as a game. I recently was out in Seattle for the Paizo Christmas party, because I myself am not actually in Seattle with the rest of the crew. I'm in Canada. I do all my work remotely. But when I was down in Seattle for the Christmas party, hanging out with Rob McCreary, who, as you mentioned, you interviewed, and we were talking how funny it was that, on some levels, like, here's the society that's pushing out more content right now than adventure paths are, and we've recently made our announcement of switching to 2 scenarios a month, which, when you look at our word count, is about 20,000 words a month.
I think by page count, I mean, pretty quickly you'll outstrip the page count for the AP story, right?
Oh yeah, and I mean, we're already somewhat there because we launched with 5 events at Gen Con.
Yeah.
And so it's this interesting situation to be in, but Rob and I work really closely together. I mean, myself and John, like my boss, John Compton, he sort of goes over everything that I put down for adventure ideas. Then Rob reviews the outline after that. So we kind of have it go through various passes to make sure, like, okay, does this fit with the setting? Is this going to work? And so, while there's pressure, I also feel like I've got a good group of people backing me up on it. So if an idea reaches a freelancer to write it, we're pretty confident that, okay, this is gonna be a good thing to get out to this.
Is there a particular idea that you, or a particular, what should I say, motif, theme, story element that has hit you that you can talk about, that you were just like, that's wild and awesome, and I can't wait for everybody to know about this? Like maybe something that's happened already, or like what's been like the coolest thing?
So I guess right now we sort of have 2 of those. One of which is released, and one of them is coming up.
Awesome.
The first one that we really tackled, that I'm a big horror buff. I love like horror movies and horror scenarios, and I knew that we basically, when I was doing the initial pitch, I'm like, okay, we need Alien the scenario.
Yeah.
And so that ended up coming out right after Gen Con. It was our September release, Cries from the Drift. And that was done by Paizo developer Joe Pacini, who submitted this excellent turnover. And then I got to put my hand at making a lot of changes to that one, just because I feel very strongly about horror. So I went in and made a bunch of additions, and it turns out the fans really love it. But that idea of, like the alien on the derelict starship, and we have a whole bunch of stuff going on in that scenario. It's really kind of spooky, and that one was really fun just to work on. And has been received really well, which is always good to see. But as far as things that like really excited us from the get-go, when we were we pitched the like first 7 to 8 scenarios prior to Starfinder Society even launching. And one of the ones we thought up was, it was going to be a very traditional like dungeon crawl. You're going to go into the space mega dungeon and do a level of the space mega dungeon. Right. But the twist is that an Eoxian reality TV crew is accompanying you on this.
Of course they are.
So in January we have scenario 1-08, Live Exploration Extreme, which is a team of Starfinders goes into this mega dungeon, but because of prior agreements they have, there's an undead camera crew that goes with them. John Compton is actually going to be writing that, and that was one of those pitches when we made it. Everyone in the room kind of lit up and was like, "Oh yeah, people are going to love that."
Oh yeah, no. People were waiting for when the official Eoxian death TV shows were going to be put into canon, and like shown in canon.
Yeah, when I read that in the core rulebook, I was just like, oh boy, what's happening?
Yeah, I've already talked to a lot of home brewers who are like, I'm just going to make this my campaign.
And we ended up putting an NPC into one of our earlier October scenario, 0105, First Mandate, by another Paizo staffer, Liz Lydell. She's one of our editors. We put in an Eoxian reality TV mogul.
Oh, right, yeah.
Whose name is Zoe, with an exclamation point. And we got this just dead-on perfect art for him, with the microphone and the kind of, like, finger gun, and just dead.
And the head's kind of microphone shaped too, so it's great.
Yeah, just beautiful.
So I've never done any organized play, so I really don't have a sense of how big a community this is, and I'm curious if you have an idea of relative to how many people are playing Starfinder in sort of a traditional around the table setting, like in somebody's home or in a kind of a dedicated group. How popular is organized play? Is this like an enormous part of the community that I've just completely been missing?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
It is, and I was exactly the same way, going back to before I had any inkling as to what organized play was. I would show up at Gen Con or conventions across the world and see these rooms that were filled with people. One of my earliest projects that I did was I wrote one of the Gen Con interactive specials for Pathfinder Society. Oh gosh, 5+ years ago now, I think. But it's insane to see a room full of people, and you're realizing, like, there are in this room over 1,000 people playing this scenario.
Wow.
And then you take that and spread it across the world, where, some game nights have anywhere from, one table all the way up to, some areas are running like 10 tables a night. It's crazy.
Right. Mm-hmm. That is a lot.
And so yeah, it's insane. And I mean, with our recent announcement of 2 scenarios, I was saying in another presentation I did recently that, the question I kept getting asked from Gen Con until now was, okay, this is great, Starfinder Society, we're really glad to launch, things seem to be going well. When are we getting more content? When are we getting 2 scenarios a month? Give me more, give me more, give me more, which is a very common trend in Starfinder right now.
Well, yeah, no, I think people, even before the first AP book came out, was like, so when's that second AP? When's that going to be announced?
Yeah,
oh, boy,
those are all those fun things that it's like, we want to announce more, but we need to make sure we have all the resources lined up.
Mm-hmm.
I speak as someone who's also done freelancing on our 2 next announced books. Like, I did some work on Pact Worlds, and I've done some work on the Armory now. So it's like, yeah, we just need to get those resources, and like we're hoping to give as much Starfinder content as people want, which seems to be a lot.
Well, yeah, I'm very excited because I think at the 1-year anniversary, like next August, there'll be 4 core rule book? Or, no, maybe. Yeah, 4 core rule books, right? Because I don't think the second Alien Archive would be out by then. And then in August, I think all the AP books for the first AP will be out. And then by that time, how many Society scenarios would be out by August?
I can answer that. I can be all prepared.
Yeah. Well, I was about to say, if it's 2 a month after this, that's like 8 months away.
I can give you an exact answer. I just need to open my fancy spreadsheet.
I was about to say, a calendar.
Yeah, yeah, you can call it that. It's a terrifying Excel spreadsheet where I track a bunch of stuff. By right now for Gen Con, we'd be looking at about like our 21st scenario.
Wow. that's crazy. I mean, yeah, there's just not enough time in the week to play for me. This game, keep up my Pathfinder games, and also do society, but I want to.
See, and it's funny too because I say 21, and now I go look in the specifics, and I'm like, oh, we also have, we just announced our first interactive special, so we're going to have that, which is always a bigger beast. We have our quest pack that we had at Gen Con. We had our special we had at Gen Con, so there's even more content on top of that, which is just crazy.
Should we tell people about the special giveaway that you have at this point?
Yeah. Let's take a quick time for those of you who are listening and are interested in organized play or are longtime organized play fans. One of the new promotional initiatives that we run at Paizo is anytime someone from the organized play team attends, a live stream, a podcast, anything online like that, as long as it's myself, John, Linda, or Tanya, any members of that team, we've been giving out promotional boons that are some of our specialty races that really have very limited access right now. Our current promotional boons are for Starfinder, Skittermanders, and for Pathfinder, from Ultimate Wilderness, the Gorons, sort of some of the plant people we have. Which is funny because you think Skittermanders, everyone would want them, but we've also had a lot of people wanting Gorons too.
I was about to say, I thought you were about to say Leshies, the Skittermanders of Pathfinder.
Well, it's funny you say that. We wanted to do Leshies as that, but we're pretty sure Linda, who on the team is the Leshy enthusiast, and I believe actually wrote those rules, she would probably murder John and I in our sleep if we gated them too harshly.
Nice.
So we do these giveaways, and how they work is, for any of you listening, what you need to do is you need to send an email to the following email address. It's organizedplay, all one word, organizedplay, @paizo.com. Now, in the subject line, each of our shows, we're having different keywords. So for today's show, the keyword is a word that's very important to me and very Starfinder iconic. It's azimuth. And that's AZIMUTH, as in the azimuth laser pistol, which I think 80% of the NPCs I've received from freelancers have had in their equipment, because it is a nice, reliable, first-level laser. But yeah, if you send an email to organizedplay@paizo.com with azimuth as the subject line, you'll be entered into a draw to win one of those promotional boons. And the number of those that we give away are entirely based on the number of entrants. So the more of you that enter, the more of those boons we end up giving away, which is super cool.
So interesting. Do you know how many Skittermanders are out there in the organized play universe right now?
I would say at this point, less than 10.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Wow.
How special would you, can you imagine if you're the new kid on the block and you sit down at an organized play table and they're like, oh, who are you playing? And you're like, Skittermander Soldier. His name is Beef Hard Chip. Well,
we have our internal jokes on hard Skittermanders.
Yeah,
So,
the hardest helpers of them all.
right.
They help even when you
might see more of that down the line. Who knows?
Oh boy, yeah, that's hilarious. Well, speaking of down the line and things in the future, you mentioned a little bit about Starfinder's future releases. And when we've had Paizo folks on, we've talked about the future books, like you said, Pact Worlds. I'm very excited for the next major release to find out more about the planets in the Pact World system. Can you tell us a little bit about what exactly you were working on with that book?
For sure. I was actually I got to do the planetary overview for Abalon.
Oh, nice.
The planet closest to the sun with all of the robots and a lot of mysterious stuff. So I wrote that several months ago, and it's funny because right now I have some of the proofs in for Pact Worlds as I'm going over it to sanction material and giggling at all the art and how awesome it turned out. And I'm bragging right now, but seriously, It's going to be great when it comes out. But no, I worked on Avalon for that, which was super exciting.
I was just reading something on the Paizo message boards. Well, I don't know, and you don't have to say one way or the other if they will be a playable race starting in that book, but something about them having a form of like machine psychic language, the Abalonians, the robot race. That sounds so cool.
There's a lot of cool content, especially rules-wise, in that book, too. I think even I was surprised, because it's one thing when you see an outline for a book and you kind of are siloed into writing your own section for it when you're freelancing. It's another thing to see the finished product and go, wow, there were a lot more rules in this thing than I thought there would be.
Yeah. It was, as soon as the core rulebook came out, I've said this like a dozen times, the setting chapter of the Starfinder core rulebook, just so amazing, such a great read, and it just gives game masters so many ideas about, making up your homebrew or just adding stuff to the content Paizo is putting out. But one of the things I immediately wanted from either a future Alien Archive was to play as an undead character, play as an Eoxian. You kind of can do now. You can play as a Librians and play as an Abalonian. I'm very excited about the possibility of just being complete robot, 100% construct.
Yeah,
but,
I think there will be a lot of things in that book that people will kind of go, oh, that's awesome. I can't really give anything away yet because we haven't done our previews on it, but I think people won't be disappointed with what they see in Pact Worlds. And then after that, we kind of get going into Armories, the next hardcover, and I had a section of that, just a certain type of item that I sort of specialized in. So in my case, I wrote up a bunch of the magic items that are going to appear in that book.
Awesome.
Ooh. Yeah. So which is an interesting thing, right? Because it's like the science fantasy book, and then it's like, nope, old reliable magic items. I know how to do those. I've done Pathfinder ones before, but they were radically different, and we got to have a lot of fun with like concepts of like, how does certain magic items work with technology? That should be a fun thing to suss out.
One thing I like about Magic in the core rulebook is it does, for a lot of it, seem, the things that people have access to are like kind of mass produced. It doesn't seem like an arcane ritual to make a spell ampule,
Yeah.
And that feels cool. And in some of the, my players don't know about this, but in the extra material in the AP books, there are more like classic arcane magical items that are given as a little bonus at the ends of the books. I'm excited to see more of that in both those book Pact Worlds and the Armory.
Yeah, I got to write one of the Adventure Path Back Matter articles. I kind of came in right at the wrong time to take more freelance. So I did some stuff for the third adventure. I did some of the background on one of the factions, but
no spoilers here.
Yeah, no. But I got to do one of the factions, which was really cool. The article has a bunch of new guns and a bunch of new starships, and that was super cool. Again, it's always cool to write something and then see like the artwork show up. It's really weird. I spend all my day doing words, but then I see the art and I'm like, that's so cool.
Oh yeah, no, I've said that before as well. Those little sections at the end of the AP have been great in the general publishing strategy Paizo has, is to just add a little bit more rules, a little bit more world building in every single release. Whether that's, I think the Society scenarios I've read have been amazing for that, especially like minutia, like Strawberry Machine Cake, which is one of my favorite little details of the Starfinder universe so far.
And that was all Eleanor Farron, who wrote Adventure 0101. She threw that in there, and the second I read, like, you're going to have this sugar pop band? Okay, people are going to love that. I didn't realize exactly how much people would glomp onto that, but
oh yeah,
boy,
glomp they did.
And that's one of those things. It's like those type of, for Starfinder Society in specific, those type of little throw items that we put in, sometimes they really surprise us where the fan base just jumps all over them. And I mean, oh, good.
You've got, 15 scenarios to write before August? One of them can be you just guarding that band, right?
Oh, we already announced it.
Taking them on tour. What?
Yeah. As part of our latest announcement, our PaizoCon release scenario will be a Strawberry Machine Cake themed scenario.
Jeez Louise. All right, what are we doing with this AP, guys? I told you we're waffling on playing organized play or the AP for the podcast.
Got to do both.
We bet on the wrong pony.
The AP is still pretty cool, but I will say that one of the neat things about organized play is just the sort of diversity in stories we can tell, and it's a balancing act between making sure things are accessible to new players, but also rewarding people who've kind of gone through the organized play story. Mm-hmm. We were having some meetings today talking about what our next seasons are going to look like and where are we going forward, and really a lot of people in the room like bringing up that concept of we have to be very careful about going too far down the self-referencing meta plot stuff that will lose new players, but also making sure that people who've been there can see a reference and go, hey, I remember that was in an old scenario I played. Mm-hmm. And so we're doing a balance of that, and I think with our current storyline, the Year of Scoured Stars, we're really going to hit some high points just coming up all the way through to Origins in June. We're going to have our first interactive special, which if you're not familiar with those, they're basically the biggest organized play events of the year.
Right.
And you go to Gen Con and you have a room of 1,000 people all playing the same scenario and all contributing towards that scenario.
So crazy. So crazy. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've sold our listeners, but I'm sold, and I want to start prepping some GM material right now.
Yeah, Patrick, you want to tell your wife that we're going out drinking and then go play Pathfinder instead, or Starfinder?
You know what? She'd probably be more okay with that lie, with me getting drunk instead of playing more Paizo content. Yeah, I will need everyone to lie for me. Thank you. Why don't we wrap it up here? And before we do, Thursty, where can people find you online if they want to follow you, if they want to find out more about Starfinder Society play?
Absolutely. You can find me generally on my handle, which is all one word, on-call GM. Because, at the time in my life, I really was the on-call GM for my local players. But you can find me at oncallgm.com. That's my very out-of-date website that has an old bio of all the stuff I've written. You can find me at oncallgm on Twitter, which is generally where I'm posting a bunch of Starfinder Society related stuff. You'll also see me pop up if you're on any of the organized play Discord. I show up on there, answer questions, and that's basically the best way to find me. I also have a Facebook group that I sometimes maybe kind of not really update. And then on Twitch, twitch.tv/OnCallGM, I'm looking in the coming new year to start some streams of me playing video games and really talking about RPG stuff while I do it. Cause why not?
Those are going to be the questions you get anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So I might as well be playing some Path of Exile while I do that. Yeah.
Oh, boy. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I mean, I hope our fans learned a lot about organized play. I've learned a lot about organized play, and this has been one of the best Critbit interviews for that reason. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you again for having me.
Drew and Jabert, thanks to you two as well.
Thanks, Patrick. Thanks, Thurston.
Yes, indeed.
That's going to do it for us. Everyone, thanks for sticking around, and go out and play some organized play.
Get that boon.